I will admit, we are in a very fortunate position to already be predicted to finish in first place with Salford. However, there's always improvements that can be made, and we have already made some of them, including this young striker that we have bought in on a free from Tottenham Hotspur. And he's a wonder kid. Well, he's about as much of a wonder kid as you can get in this league. Hey guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the FM22 Salford Road to Glory with me, Raxo FM, where today we are just going through the transfers that we are going to be making, playing some pre-season games of course, but I'm more interested in who we're going to be bringing into the club and potentially getting rid of. And we've already made some deals, boys and girls, and to be honest, I think they're pretty good deals. I mean, one of them's a bit average, but you can't win them all, can you? Before we go any further in this episode, make sure you do smash the like button on today's video, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM YouTube channel so you don't miss the daily Football Manager content that's coming your way with this series and other great Football Manager stuff. Can we please smash 20 likes on today's episode? I brought it back down to earth. 100 likes was pretty mental last time, so 20 likes I feel like is a bit more realistic. Maybe we will actually get that before the next episode. I don't know, maybe we did get 100 likes. I'm recording this episode straight afterwards, but what you want to know is what we're doing in the transfer market, and we've already made 3 signings, the first of which being Richards, that you guys have already seen, and I'm sure you're pretty happy with, because this man, he's got some ability, but he's also got some potential. Even if he didn't have a lot of potential, the ability, it's nice in this division, realistically. Being able to play as a striker on advanced forward, poacher, pressing forward. I mean, advanced forward is going to be what I use him in, but, you know, if I feel like experimenting, I could switch it up. Maybe not complete forward, but, you know, he'll learn. He'll learn over time. He could even play down in the cam position if we really need him to, and he's already valued at around, I don't know, let's meet in the middle somewhere, £350,000, so pretty good signing, only on a K a week, which is not too bad at all. I'm very happy with this man being brought into the club. And he's not the only player that I'm happy with. The next player is Jack Bramby. Oh, great centre mid option. Got so many great stats. Unfortunately, a bit lacking on the defensive end. Maybe a couple of mentals that could be better, but we're down in League 2. What can you really expect, boys and girls? You can't be too mad at me for not signing the best players in the world at this current point in time. But he's a pretty good pickup nonetheless. Got some really nice stats, as I said. And of course, coming in on a free. Played in USA most recently. I guess doing okay over there. But now he's come back to the English divisions with Salford City. And I'm hoping they will set our club on fire. And our last signing, this one is a bit less amazing, but it's still a decent signing. You know, just take a look at the stats. They tell a story of a man who's not terrible, but definitely not going to start any football games for us anytime soon. 8 pace. I don't think a lot more needs to be said. He could improve in the future, but we're only paying him £100 a week, so I'm not too concerned about the fact that he's not going to be an absolute world beater for us. He's got a wee bit of ability, and he's got a wee bit of experience, you know. Being in Lincoln, I don't know, just throw me a bone here. It's not my best signing of all time, but I'm still planning on making some more, so hopefully I can improve throughout the rest of the signings, because it's not perfect yet. It's still a very good squad. I'm thinking that we're going to play Henderson at cam now with Richards being signed, because Richards is a really good striker, and Henderson is a really good striker, but he doesn't have any pace anymore, and that's kind of really important. Last year I didn't like him because he didn't have any pace, so I'm thinking this year, if I play him down as a cam, shadow striker, maybe even attacking midfielder on attack, he's going to do a wee bit more for us. That's the plan at least, because you don't need pace to play in that position. So that's the thinking. We'll have to see what actually happens at the start of the season. Still just getting people in on trials to see their ability. Honestly, if you're in a lower league, this is what you need to do. Go to suggested transfers, then just go to free transfers and go through each of them, and then just give all the players trials. It works a treat. You find some absolute gems doing that, and that's what I've been doing to find the players that I've picked up. I think the main positions I'm looking at improving right now are still the centre-back position. It's not desperate. Turnbull's really good on that left-hand side, but I don't feel completely confident about Eastham on the right, even though he is definitely a decent centre-back. He seems to me more like a third choice than an actual starting centre-back, as well as the goalkeeper position. King, he's not terrible. He's got a wee bit of room to improve, and he's got some stats that are not bad, but I do think that in terms of the rest of the squad, he is one of the weak points, so I think it's an easy one for us to pick up, and, well, it's proven to be quite difficult, actually, so maybe it's not going to be something we do pick up, but something we're going to keep looking for. In terms of sales, as I showed you before, we haven't actually made any, but I am still looking to sell Tom Elliott, like I said that I was planning on doing, and Tyler Golden. He's worth a bit of money, and he's only 2-star current ability with the potential of maybe 4. And we've got better right-back options if we go to the squad screen. We've got 2 or 3 that are in before he is. Yeah, 4, in fact. We've got Lowe, Love, Lund, Shepherd, and I was thinking about bringing in another right-back, to be honest, just because he was so good, but we did end up missing out on him. And, of course, just youngsters here and there to build for the future, because this is going to be a long-term save. That's the general plan. That's my transfer business, boys and girls. But it's not done just yet. We have plenty of time before our first game of the season against Leyton Orient. That is a tough game to start the season with. I'd say, okay, let's do quick maths. So that's on the 7th. Oh, it's only like 17 days. Oh, I thought we had more time than that. Well, let's go see what we can do within that time frame. Make some signings, make some sales. I don't think any sales are going to happen, to be honest. No one wants any of our players. Well, I've made more deals. It's now like, I can't remember how many days, like probably seven a week until we start our season. And I've brought in some players, so I'm at least happy about that. And we've finally sold a player, but it's a player that we've already brought in. He didn't get a work permit, but he's a brilliant player for the future. I don't know if he'll ever get a work permit, but even if he doesn't, he's got a level of ability, and hopefully he will be able to be sold for some level of money. But for 240,000, because we're in League 2, pounds a week, this man is a steal. We've loaned him out, and they're paying all of his wages now. So hopefully he gets a bit of improvement, a bit of game time out there. And all of these signings, they're kind of under the same theme. The youngsters that are hopefully going to improve and aren't actually really going to feature in the first team. So this one's another striker, comes in on a free, looks fairly decent. Next player is, I believe, no, this one's the left back. He looks decent. I don't know if he's ever going to be insane, but yeah, he looks okay. Again, I've already talked to you about this man. He's a CDM, looks okay. And I think this man's another striker. No, this one's a centre back, and he doesn't look very decent at all. So sometimes I get them wrong, boys and girls. Still looking for that centre-back option. Still looking for that goalkeeper option. Not quite popping up just yet. But I've got some ideas in my back pocket. Don't you worry. A week is a lot of time in Football Manager. And this man that is talking to you right now, he's a borderline transfer genius. Okay, boys and girls, we are officially ready to go with our first game of the season against Leyton Orient, obviously. That's going to be, in tomorrow's episode. But for now, we have to go over the transfers we did make since last time we saw each other. And if I go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see there's none. So, you'd think I'd be ending the episode here, but no. I have been in the transfer market, and I have been trying to sign some players. The first player I tried to get in on loan was Zeno Ibson Rossi, because he's got a contract expiring at the end of the year, and also we could have gotten him on loan. So, if we loan him, hopefully he likes us, then he wants to join our club. Unfortunately, he ended up picking Rotherham instead of us, which is probably a fair decision. But, never fear, we have found some other players we have managed to bring in, hopefully, in tomorrow's episode. Oh my goodness, no, that's not that hard. Malachi, that wasn't that bad. Fargan Walcott. We'll just call him Walcott just to make it shorter. But he, again, is a player whose contract expires at the end of the year, but I'd argue is better because they don't want any of his loan fee. So we're just paying $0 for a 19-year-old elite centre-back for our division. And then we could potentially pick him up on a free if Tottenham don't renew his contract. And the other position I needed to strengthen was goalkeeper. This man also, oh my goodness, I didn't even realise, also has a contract expiring at the end of the year. And if he doesn't get it redone, I reckon we're in the front seat to be signing him. Boys and girls, these loans, they've got plans in action, and they're going to improve our team so much, because right now it's looking pretty good, but still a couple of places for improvement. And I think that for the first game of the season, this is what we'll be doing with Richards up top, Henderson and Cam. Maybe Cam could be an option for us, but I think McElney, that's not even that hard. I've just been a bit dumb there. I think he'd be a good rotation option for us. I don't need to worry about it too much. Lund, Bramby, Morris, Hunter, Toure, Turnbull, Eastham, and would replace Eastham for, of course, our new centre-back on loan. Right-back Shepherd, no problems. Of course, we'll get rid of King for our goalkeeper on loan. But I don't even think, without the loan players, there's much of an issue here. We've got not a lot left in the bank, so obviously I will still look for some great players that we can sign on a free, youngsters here and there, but I don't feel a desperate need to go out and start searching. So I think that the transfer special for once might be just about the end of the transfer business. And I think I've done some pretty good business, boys and girls. I'm happy with what we've achieved, bringing in some youngsters, bringing in some talent, and bringing in some stars for the future. But that is where we're ending today's episode. Make sure you don't miss tomorrow's episode, where oh my goodness, how can I not say that? Where we will be playing against Leyton Orient in the first game of the Sky Bet League 2. And should I play Carabao Cup? I don't know. It'll either be Sutton or the Carabao Cup. It depends on how I feel, boys and girls. But for now, I'm certainly ending this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to smash the like button if you have enjoyed it. And I'll see you all later.